Building a brand at 16 for me actually is not easy, but not hard. First of all, I suggest every girl to make their own brand, not even girls. For all the people who at teenage, consider that is practical experiment of expressing your own thoughts in a very practical ways. You may design like your own visualizations and illustrate each step in a very clearly product. For me, I'm building a candle brand. I'm going to share this furthermore in my channels, but for now on, I think I'm not quite professional compared with the people who in the industry. I am too young. And I do not have so many professional skills. Like some of them, they got really well-known graphics, and also I can see their skills very clearly through their product is not as me. Compared with them, seems just like doing it in my pastime, but I do not think so. So, before I introduce officially about my brand here, I'm going to introduce how can I get those inspirations. And I think one of the major thoughts that I can collect it from is this book. So this book is called Grandma Tasha and Her Happy Life, and I read it in Chinese version, but I guess most people probably heard her name because she is really good skilled at drawing, I think, for illustration, and also her life is very encouraging me because like I can see why she loves her life so deeply, and her is so much filled with so many emotions to her child, to the animals, to the plants, to all these natural things. And comparing to the book of Walden, I think they both have very major similarities, which is they enjoy the simple life but enjoyable. And she makes all the handmade stuff, she continuously drawing, and in her very gentle illustration, I can feel the every emotions and the feelings she trying to bring it to us. Those beautiful paintings is loved by all the people around the world, and those series is published by so much well-known places like Oxford or like New York University. Well, in fact, this person, she gave me so much inspirations because her concept is quite fit to my brand image. Like, she said she hoping to live toward the place more correspond to the rural place, but the city otherwise is not that attractive, even though it is conveniences filled with so many entertainment, but is almost enjoyable about human nature. So she began to take care of their like countryside jobs, those choices with her husband, and also take care of their children. And she always like decided and always trying to make so many memories, like those memories which are actually fit the actual enjoyable things. And so many people got her influences, including me, and that's why I think a good inspiration is always very helpful for you to build something by your own. And I think she'll be very happy to see so many people follow her like this. This is really a good book wrote by a good person. The candles I make, which is the little product I made, is about time and meals. These two combined together, I think all of you may think about the word ephemeral. And so did my brand's name is called eventhough. Well, I just combined these little two words together because I think both are the candles, when we see it burns, is actually time consuming, but we will always stop and watching the flames grow bigger, or like some of the scents is gonna spread in your room But we all notice that this will assuming times, and that's the point I want to emphasize this in my brand. Well, because everything we do, including I sit here and talk to you, is also time consuming. But what I want to say is not spending time on happiness. I want to spending time on useful things. This made me a bit of strange because nowadays people always thinking that I can feel happiness even though I do nothing. I totally disagree with it, because I think to do nothing but feel happiness is it make the happiness seems like a kind of drug. Like you do nothing but you still feel happy. Don't you think it's very abstract way to think? And it is not right. For me, it's completely not right. So, but why do we like the beautiful things? Why do we chase happiness, or like trying to attract it to our life? What we call it as the life mission, or like the vision in your head. You're trying to be happy. And just like my favorite quote, which is, and this clearly tells me that we cannot just chase what is the things pursued by worldly people, but we need to go back, track back into old time to know what is the fully important, like what is our needs, and that's the things we need. That's why I design all of the candles, like nearly all of the candles, as the shape as the food from different countries, and I even write something about their individual stories, which is also very interesting. And this is the way I express these feelings to the world. And also, I brings one thing to the market I go last time, even though not much people are caring about it, is this one. As you can see, it's a little bit broken, but basically this is my brand's name, and I write down what I want to share to this world. I emphasize on creativity, innovation, soul, inspirations. Yeah, indeed enables us to see the world with purely our heart, and it makes like unexpected connections with you and your friends. We don't know who that is. We don't know who them are. You actually don't know them at first. But when the ideas turn into reality outcomes, don't you think it is amazing? So start to create things on your own, but not worldly stuff, not doing nothing type of idea. Just express, just create, just to let it become the evidence of a human endeavor.